Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving you guys an update. I know it's well overdue. A lot of you have been asking me what is it like working in the salon, and I've got the video up and going. If you're watching it now, you're going to get your answer. So if you're interested, definitely stay tuned for this video. So I just want to start off and say I've been licensed since May 25th. It is now July. I've worked in three salons. One was for 1 week. The other one I stayed there 2 weeks, and this one that I'm currently at, this is now my third week, and I think I found my home. But it's been taking some time and some effort into finding a salon. Now, I know a lot of you guys that are subscribed to my channel knew about the first salon that I worked at, and I was gonna do a video and talk about, you know, the things that were going on at that salon, but I decided, you know, I'm not gonna scoop down to 32-year-olds levels. Like, I'm 23, I'm bigger, I'm better than that. Like, they scoop down to a level of somebody my age. So I'm just gonna say, like, I'm gonna just leave that situation alone. It was really petty, but if it ever came back up again, whatever, I have the receipts to show what happened in the situation. But that's a whole nother story in itself. But that salon, I only worked there 1 week, and I'm just gonna basically put it like this. There was another nail tech that was working at that nail salon, and she was an instructor. So she's been doing nails probably longer than I've been alive, but she's an instructor. She's 40-something years old. She worked there 2 weeks and left. That should have been a key sign that when a teacher leaves a facility, something might be up. But I was thinking, you know, on the terms of, it's black owned, but long story short, sometimes it be your own kind. But that's besides the point. That was the first salon that I worked at. That was extremely terrible. The second salon that I worked at, I'm gonna say on the better terms, it was a chop shop. If you guys working in the nail tech industry, you already know what I'm talking about. But it's the non-American shops. I worked in a chop shop because, like, I needed, you know, some type of employment. Like, I was not about to sit out, you know, and wait until a job called me back. So I went out and looked for a job. So I found a chop shop, and I worked there 2 weeks, and it was terrible. Like, the things that they, let's just say, you know what? I got time today, so I can explain to you guys what was going on in that shop. I'm just gonna pick out some of the key things that really bothered me working in a Vietnamese shop. Now, me saying that, Vietnamese shop, chop shop, I don't want to offend anybody that is Vietnamese and works in a nail shop. It's not all Vietnamese people, and it's not all Vietnamese shops, but a lot of the shops here in Las Vegas tend to do things like this. I personally know 2 nail techs that are working in a nail salon currently without a nail license. But that's on them. I'm not getting on them. That's their own hustle. I'm not gonna knock nobody's hustle, but when state board comes down and they say something to them, I can't say nothing. Can't help you. You already knew what it was. Which a lot of these shops, especially here in Las Vegas, a lot of the nail techs and a lot of the chop shops don't have licenses. A lot of them, what they'll do is they'll take their license and they'll just crop their picture on it, and a lot of people won't think twice about it, because you're not gonna think twice about somebody, you know, coming, let me reword that. You're not gonna think twice when you go into a nail salon and see a whole bunch of Asian people. Why? Because stereotypically, Asians, Vietnamese people are either doctors or they do nails. I hate that stereotype, but you're not gonna think twice about an Asian person doing somebody's nails. Why? Because you see it all the time. You're gonna question more so me, be like, you do nails? Which I got a lot of working in an Asian nail shop. But back to what I was saying, That is one thing that they do is a lot of them aren't licensed, and a lot of them crop their pictures on top of each other's pictures. A lot of them do share the same last names. A lot of their names are similar, and some of the times that, you know, since they have Vietnamese names, they're not American names, we're not gonna think anything of it, you know. It'd be weird, like, seeing, it'd be kind of like Americans going to Vietnam and all of us are named like John and Joe and Jane, like just all over the place. Like, that's kind of what they're doing. And this is coming from one of my own Vietnamese friends that works in a shop who told me this. He told me verbatim, they crop their pictures and put them on each other's license that you have to put up behind you when you're working. So that was one thing that I took note of. Another thing that I wanted to talk about when I was working in the shop there also was they were charging people $5 extra to push back cuticles, which, I mean, it's a requirement when you're doing acrylic and when you're doing fills and things like that. Like, you need to push back your cuticles and stuff, and they were charging $5. So I had an irritation with that. I personally was sneaking and doing it, and, you know, hey, if you guys find out, you can just take it out my paycheck. You were already taking money out my paycheck. That's another topic, that they were taking money from me, but I was having to, you know, go behind their backs and push back people's cuticles because they were really trying to charge you. Like, don't push back the cuticles. Just put the acrylic on top of their nails because it takes too long. I'm sorry, honey. Like, I'm not scamming my clients. Like, I'm not scamming my clients at all. The one thing that I will say about this one shop, though, I'll give them some pros. They were really nice. Well, the owner was really nice at times, but for the majority of the time she was really nice, and they were, for the most part, sanitary. Like, those were the really important things that I was looking for. Like, there were things that were going on that were like under the table and stuff that, you know, like, that's them. Like, I'm gonna make sure I'm doing the right thing, but they're doing that over there. But that was my key thing about a salon. Like, that was my problem with the first salon. Like, I needed to work in a sanitary area because I'm not trying to get sued by anybody, and I'm not trying to get anybody to catch anything, which leads on to the next thing that bothered me with working in a Vietnamese shop. It is against the law to work on somebody that has fungus here in Nevada. It is against the law. If you see somebody doing it, it's illegal. You can get fined, you can lose your license for it. It's illegal, okay? Consider it like illegal drugs, okay? Like, it's coke, meth. You don't touch it, you don't do it, you leave it alone. So I had to refuse so many clients at this salon because majority of what some of them will do, they'll go ahead and take the fungus, you know, clients. Why? Because it's money. They're just thinking like in and out, fast. How fast can we get them out? And we're not gonna refuse any clients. If they have fungus, oh, whatever, we'll just cut, you know, whatever, clean up their nails. Like, you can't clean fungus. But they were really like urging me to do it, and I came to the point where I had to legitly tell a client, like, look, it's against the law for me to work on your feet. Well, I'm not saying it verbatim, just an FYI, guys, like, this is not verbatim, but what I basically was saying was, like, it's against the law for me to work for this. I recommend you to a podiatrist. You need to get your feet looked at because this looks like something is going on. And based off of my, you know, education, this looks like that you have a nail infection or some type of nail growth or something that's wrong with your nail, needs to be checked out because it does not look healthy. Something on like the lines of that. The client got really upset and was like, well, they always do it here. Why can't you do it? And I said, again, I can't do it. It's against the law. And I said it louder so like everybody in the whole salon could hear, like, it is against the law to work on fungus feet. And also on top of that, he had asked me to use a cheese grater. Again, it is against the law in Nevada to use the cheese graters, and it's against the law to work on somebody that has fungus infected nails, okay? Don't go to a nail tech that says, oh, I can treat your funk. No, you need to go to a specialist. That is not in our field, our scope of practice. I used to work in healthcare. Don't do it. Go to the doctor. If you have fungus, have a yellow discoloration, have brown discoloration, have green, purple, black, blue, whatever the color may be. Don't go to a nail tech that says, oh, I can cure this for you. She's not a doctor. Go to a podiatrist, go to a nail specialist that has a degree. Okay, not trying to knock anybody that's a nail tech and just has, you know, because I mean, I'm just being honest. Go to a doctor, go to a professional, go to someone that can treat it. After you start getting treatment, then yes, we could perform on your nails, but you need to go to the doctor for fungus. But back to what I was saying was, the client was super upset about me not doing his nails, and like I had yelled it and everybody in the whole salon could hear, and I said, you know what, I'm not gonna do it because my license cost me $9,000. So if you would like to pay me $9,000 for my license, I would be more than happy to do your fee. I said it just like that, be more than happy. I was unprofessional at this point because he was yelling at me saying this is fucked up, this is messed up, they always do my fee, I made an appointment, and like I was just over it. And in the area that I was working here in Las Vegas, the area that I was working in, let's just say, I hate to say it because I went to high school over in this area. They're very, you're African American over there. That's all that I'm gonna say. So just also having that to deal with every day on top of it made my situation a lot worse. So at that point I said, one of these other ladies, if they're more than willing to take care of you, then you can just wait for one of them to finish up with their clients and then you can go on with them. So eventually he ended up getting his feet done by another nail tech, which I don't need everybody's money. Everybody's money isn't good money. I don't care what anybody says. I don't need your money. I'm not gonna risk my license. But that's another thing that I noticed. And what's another thing that was going on in the salon? Oh, one of the biggest things that really bothered me, oh my goodness, the biggest things that I look so tired, guys. Like, sorry, like I work 511s. I am exhausted. But another thing that really bothered me about working at the Vietnamese shop was them basically getting over on people with telling them what was healthier for their nails. And you know, that was one of the things that really bothers me within the nail community, because when I was going to school and I was learning about all of the things that you're supposed to do for the nail, like for instance in the beginning of this video I said they don't push back cuticles. You need to push back cuticles, like things that most average person isn't gonna know about. I feel like they need to know. Every client that comes to me, I spill all the tea about everything that goes on in this industry. Everything that sounds like it's new and it's trendy, you need to do some research on it first. My biggest thing right now that's bothering me is dip powder, okay? I'm gonna be flat out and honest and real with you guys about dip powder, and a lot of nail techs aren't gonna be honest with you about what dip powder is because a lot of people charge more for it. All dip powder is, I got dip powder, hold on. Okay, you see this? I don't know if you guys can see that. My lighting is way too good. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it says True Dip Powder, okay? All this is right here, all that they use for dip powder is dip powder and super glue. They charge you $65 for a full set of dip powder nails. Full set acrylic starts at $30. Now, why are they charging $65 for dip powder? This is the same dip powder, guys, I've used in one of my demo videos for my acrylic nails. All dip powder is acrylic. It's acrylic. You can legitly use this and form a nail like this, okay? All they're using is this and super glue. Open one of those bottles of the liquid that they use and put it like this close to your face, okay? That shit burns your fucking eyes. You know what that mimics? Super glue. Really smell that shit. It's super glue. They even told me myself. I asked them, what is dip? They said it's just super glue. They legitly poured super glue into the little container that looks like one of these, okay? They legitly poured super glue in one of these, paint it over the nail, and stick your finger in there. Because another thing that I noticed on the brush was like the brush was getting really hard when you took it out the bottle and kept it out the bottle for a long time. So that's how I for sure knew like this is some type of glue. This is something, because it dries up really fast. So that was what dip powder, at least at the salon that I was working at. But for the most part, what they've been telling me at a lot of these shops that I've been working at, I've worked at 3, is that it's just super glue and dip powder, acrylic. Dip powder is acrylic. So you're just putting super glue on your nail and dipping it in there. One of the reasons why, one of the things that I was gonna say is one thing that I don't particularly like about dip powder, this comes into the fungus topic again. So let's say a client comes in and has fungus on their finger, right? They have fungus on their finger. I just told you guys, they would take fungus clients, they would not care. I've seen clients with fungus fingers dip their finger in this, and then I see somebody with a natural nail dip their finger in this. You know how gross that is? Like, really think about that. You know how gross that is? You're sticking your finger in the same stuff. You don't know where anybody's finger has been. I know that what's another thing? Oh my goodness. Another thing, you're supposed to hand sanitize. You're supposed to wash their hands, hand sanitize their hands so that it is, sterile and clean. So they're just coming in, you don't know if they just ate some flaming hot Cheetos, you don't know what they just did with their fingers, could have licked them and everything, and now you're touching all over their hands, and you're putting their hand, like, it's just so many things that can go wrong with dip powder. That's why when the salon that I work in now, I don't take dip powder clients. And when I do get dip powder clients, when it comes to their fixes, now I'll do a nail fix. And some of the times we'll do a nail fix and just paint over it with the color of whatever the acrylic was, if we have it in that color. But I'll tell my clients right then and there, like, they'll ask me, why are my nails breaking? I'm like, this is just because they're using acrylic and they're using super glue. It's nothing fancy or special or healthier for your nail. Like, it's all nail enhancements. All of this stuff can damage your nail if it isn't applied properly and removed properly. Simple as that. But those were some of my biggest problems, my biggest things dealing with working at the Vietnamese shop. Was just basically like them lying to clients, and I'm not here to lie to my clients. Like, I was lied to when I go to the nail salon. Now that I'm a professional, I am not going to lie to any of my clients. You ask me, I will tell you, and I'll be straight up and honest with you, like, honestly. But overall, so far, working in the salon is really nice. Everybody this salon that I'm working at now, I'm working right off the strip. I'm working at this place called Shimmer Nails and Hair. It's a full service salon. It's amazing. The girls in there are so bomb at nails and hair. Like, everything they do is, I love this shop. Like, I think I'm really gonna be here for a little while. I really like it. Clientele comes in. Clientele is really good at this place. Like, right now we're having a slow week, but for the most part, clientele as well. On average, you're looking at maybe making about like $600 a week here on average. Yeah, starting off like $600 a week, it's not too bad. On average, I get about like 4 or 5 clients a day. Some days I do get 7, just depends on like the services that they're getting done. But overall, I really enjoy working in the salon. It's so much different than school. People are really talkative. I really do like talking to my clients. It really helps on my social skills because I'm very antisocial, which a lot of you guys may not know, but in person, I'm very quiet. I like my groups really small, no more than 3 people. But you know, working in this industry, I know that you do have to be social, so that's one thing that I have been working on. But I really love working at the salon. A lot of the girls will see me, you know, they'll walk past my desk and see me practicing things, and they'll be like, oh look, I'll show you how to do this way, and it's easier. And they'll, you know, sit down with me and show me how to do it. So all of the girls are really nice. Everybody's nice. It's very diverse. It's an American shop. Majority of the girls are African American in this salon. It's not African American owned, it's Russian owned, but a lot of the girls that work in there are African American, and there are a lot of Hispanics, there's white girls, there's everything. There's an Ethiopian lady that works in it. Like, everybody works in this place. Honestly, this place is so big. But you know, I really want to say, like, this salon is a really good fit for me. I really like it. I really like the people that I work with, you know, like already inviting me out places. It's really nice. Yeah, like, it's really nice. I really enjoy it. I really do. I work 5/11s. Like, I'm tired all the time, but I love to go to work because I love what I do. Like, I'm for real, like, living at work. But I hope that answers some of y'all questions that you have been asking me about, like, what has been going on in the salon, what have I liked, what have I disliked, things like that. I'll be giving you guys a more in-depth video about, you know, more stuff that's been going on in the salon. I know I'm just briefly touching on things, especially like the Vietnamese shop. Like, I really needed to like tell y'all about that because there's even more to the story, but at the time, like, I don't even know if I'm gonna do a video about it because it was some emotional shit. Like, I was crying and everything. Like, it was getting so bad, and it wasn't because of like the people that I was working with. It was more with the clientele being like really racist to me and saying a lot of rude things. So it's that's mainly, not majority, that's the main reason why I left the Vietnamese shop, was because I just couldn't deal with the type of clientele that was over there in that area, which I grew up, you know, I grew up over there, but actually working over there, I've never worked over there before. It wasn't for me. So, you know, I had to move, I had to go somewhere else, and I like where I'm at now. I really love where I go now, and it's right down the street from my house, so it's really convenient for me. I really like it. But that's all with this video, guys. I know it's super long, but I'm gonna give you guys an update very soon once I get this video up and posted. But if you guys have any questions or anything about anything, definitely let me know. Send me a message. You guys already know I always respond. If you are new to my channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. But I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.